Good afternoon, everybody. Just coming to you with a video on a project that's actually been out for a bit, but before we get going, just a couple of housekeeping things. As always, please like and subscribe down below. Channel's doing really great. We're up over 2,000 subscribers, which I do appreciate all that support. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Gonna do a little bit of revamp here, hopefully over the next little while, to kind of make it look nice and pretty and put the banner up and all that jazz, but just haven't gotten to that kind of thing yet. Most of the time I'm going to be kind of cycling through stuff that's maybe a little less degen, but at the same token, I'm still going to put some up here from time to time for people to have some fun with. I will advertise like this one, whether it's a sponsored video or not, and go through the risks and all that jazz. But at the same token, there's some projects people want to have some fun with. I just warn, if you are choosing to do so, make sure you do it with risk capital, do it with a very small percentage of your portfolio, and definitely keep an eye on Discords and that kind of stuff, because oftentimes this kind of stuff needs to be updated and whatnot. So other than that, looking very forward to going back and showing you my update video to the 1 week, the 1K that I'll be doing every 1 week. So looking forward to that tomorrow. And other than that, Telegram, please join that. That's probably the best place right now to hang out with me and check out things that I'm interested in and have some great conversations. And you never know when some alpha is going to get dropped there. I do have something I'm posting probably very soon on something that I think might interest some of the community. So do come by the Telegram. To get right into it and not make this take too much time, Accumulator, it did come out a little while ago. Obviously, with a little bit of a bumpy road if you look at the chart. But that said, I think there's some value to still keeping an eye on this, and technically it's probably a better time to get in now than there was before. I did have a little chat with the dev, or the leader, the founder there. He did want me to get across a couple of little key points that I think are important. And as I said, this may be a good time to get in or very shortly. So if you are interested, or any of this conversation kind of piques your interest, then please go into the Discord, get a little bit familiar, and start learning about how you'd maybe like to approach it. Because of the price point, like I said, it could be a good time to play around with this one with some risk capital if you're interested. So they started with a stealth launch as a rebase token, so no pre-sale or anything. So that's kind of a fair way to do those kind of things. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot of like friends and family getting in right off the bat to kind of devalue the opportunity for other people, of people getting in super early. There definitely was some play mechanics of people buying and selling the token and swinging it a bit. Again, they never shied away from the fact that this was a degen play. I felt like I saw nothing but videos talking about how degen this is and how to play with risk capital. So they're not hiding behind anything. They're not hiding by any false sense of securities or promises or anything like that, which I think is great. And I do commend that kind of transparency when you're playing in this kind of DeFi or degen kind of spot in the DeFi kind of ecosystem. So I'm just reading a couple of notes just to make sure I hit the points. I had a great chat with them, and I do appreciate, like I said, what they're kind of building for fun factor. This is definitely a gamble play. This is definitely a choose your own adventure kind of play. Even from their side, it seems like they're mixing things up a little bit as things go on. So definitely something to pay attention to. Enough with the risk tolerance. I think I've gone through it all. I don't want to beat a dead horse there. But again, I'm just going to go through a couple of notes that they wanted to make sure that we talked about. So they've been straightforward about it, that this is a zero-sum game right now. Regardless, they don't want to stay in just that. Their desire is to grow some utility, real utility, develop something that's going to be unique in a strategy that you're going to grow with right now, which is pretty cool. So I think being in a Discord like this and maybe playing around with it can be quite a bit of fun if they do keep on this plan of kind of evolving. Because a lot of these types of projects, as we've seen in the past, they come out, they do their one thing, their one trick pony, and when it doesn't work, they just keep beating the dead horse. That does not seem like the plan of these guys. On top of that, they are kind of KYC'd and supported by truth seekers, which definitely gives them a little bit of a backbone to kind of step on and help them grow and increase awareness on the project, which is always good. So they're going to have some other things, some new strategies where the ACCU token, which is the token that they use, can be used to play for other tokens like WBNB and another token from other products or protocols that maybe team up with them. So that's also something that I'm seeing that's very good in this environment where people are trying to bring more utility to each of their programs by maybe teaming up with other protocols. So that excites me as well, and why I might keep my kind of eye on this one a little bit more than I probably was before, just because I am growing, and I do want to kind of have some fun with some of my risk capital. So this one might be one to have some fun with. I am not in this yet, for full transparency. Just kind of thinking about it, which is why I agreed to do the video, is to help understand a little bit more and help others do the same. They do expect some fun stuff like temporary rebase boosts and all kinds of contests. So again, some neat things to kind of just keep the momentum going and keep the awareness going, which is very important in these kind of plays. You definitely need to be, right now anyways, bringing in new investors, and the more eyes on the project can help them kind of get to that point where they hopefully won't need new investors as much and become more self-sustaining. And it's projects like this that evolve like that could over time get rid of that need very easily, or easier than others who keep kind of failing at adapting. So again, something kind of neat there. They're a motivated team. They adapt to situations as they come, and they have no official roadmap, which is definitely unique. But again, could be a fun way to go about this as long as you go in with that understanding. But they do have plenty of ideas and concepts laying in store for the future. They have some of the best devs in the space, and again, backed by truth seekers for legitimacy and support. So couple of things here. Like I said, the chart is not the greatest, but at the same token, this is something that can turn around. And again, they are rebasing still, but according to the white paper, over time they're lowering that rebasing and down to a one of 0.5%, which is a far more sustainable type number than a lot of the other ones. At this point as well, the other neat thing that they will do here is throw in a rebase, throw in their kind of almost like an LMS type system where they're going to stabilize the price a little bit. Again, we've seen goods and bads with that, but if there is an actual revenue source and actual things coming in, then that is something that can be sustained, but it needs some outside income coming in or new investors. But again, if you can shy away from the need for new investors and focus primarily on creating revenue sources, then it definitely can be something that I would back if they're getting to that point. Some couple of unique things about this one that I just want to touch base. I'm not going to go really detailedly through the white paper. It's pretty light anyways, so it's pretty easy to kind of get through. But basically, there's a token that you buy originally called the ACCU token, and that one there just kind of does not rebase. It's just kind of your straight token. And then in the DApp, I believe you're going to trade that in for an AACU token, which will actually do the rebasing, and it'll still be in your wallet, so it's your token. This is not staked or anything like that. So there's no possibility of losing the token. It's just obviously the value of the token can change. So in order to rebase, you do have to take that second step, which is a little bit more unique than a lot of protocols, so just keep that in mind. Price stability matrix, as we talked about quickly, will come in week 9, which I think we're halfway through that or around there, close to that by now. Then that's when that's going to stick in, and that's where they're probably going to do some different things where they'll give you some different reward tokens as opposed to just rebasing tokens. Don't need to go through that because they already had their launch and they launched at a penny, which is what it's close to now, I guess, very close to. So you're kind of getting the launch price. So this is kind of why sometimes it's not so bad to wait for these things to work out. And if you do feel, based on the information I'm giving you and based on your research in the Discord, that they are trying to move this forward and create new utility and all that kind of stuff, then now could be the best time to get in, especially for people like myself that really don't want to do that token trading thing. I do appreciate the more passive realms of things, but don't mind having to pay attention. Team vision and statement, so just maybe something to peek at. The Accumulator team endeavors to combine the fun, volatility, high risk, high reward investments that Rebase protocols provide with a solid and safe tokenomic foundation and strong marketing setup. So our PMS, that's their the price stability matrix, can sustain the floor over long stretches of time, buying power, and with their API being lower. So this is when their API becomes 0.5% a day. So yeah, some neat ideas there. Some official links. Definitely get all your links from the official sites so that you're not copying and pasting tokens that are not the right ones and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, and come on by the Discord. So that's basically it to that. So obviously buying it, you go into here, and so it's using command swap, which is expected because they're with truth seekers, and it looks like you can buy with basically, okay, the neat thing is I guess you can technically buy with other tokens. Not to give them a shout out, but I do mind. I do have some of theirs, but not in here. But I think they're staked. So that's kind of cool that you possibly could do that. I wonder what the slippage and stuff would be. I'd have to play around with that. But either way, your safest bet is always going with the basic ones. So either BUSD or BNB, finding what pair it is. So just keep an eye if you use other tokens to do it. And then account. So obviously an account, they have a little DApp here. So they've got their market cap, total burned, and value. So you can connect your wallet and see what's going on, and then see what would happen if you held it for a period. Obviously, these calculators, just take them as a grain of salt, because the price could still go down and all that jazz. And yeah, so very plain and simple, which I actually kind of like, so it's pretty cool. And the biggest thing here, like I said, is really all I'm doing this for is to give you guys the awareness. If you like what is being talked about here, if you wanted a more fun degen project, but that was maybe a little bit more safe in the sense that the devs and the people involved have some accountability to other forces like truth seekers and stuff, as opposed to just some random group of people that are putting out some random project that is really just a fork of something else with really no depth to it, then this could be pretty neat. And this is why I kind of, like I said, agreed to do this one and kind of put it out. So hopefully that gives you guys a pretty good idea of what's going on, or at least a base idea. Do get into their Discord. If I do decide to get into here, I might do some follow-up videos and stuff, and go from there. Thank you very, very much, guys. And as I said, like and subscribe if you like this content. And please give me some comments down below. If you're already in here and you have some strategies, please point them out. If there's any value that I didn't add about the protocol and about the people involved, then don't hesitate to add it there for people that are coming by to watch the video. And look forward to coming to you guys tomorrow for sure. Hopefully we'll have some more consistent content, but it's been busy. So thanks again, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day.